Hello, my friend, and welcome to Sourceflow. My name is Taylor Dunn, and in this video, I'm going to be walking you through smart data, showing you how to search, sort, and filter through your product leads, add tags, as well as adding the items that you like to a buy list for future purchasing. Now, smart data is going to be where all your product leads live. We call it smart data because routinely, we are going to go through and we are going to update the stats on those product leads, including updating the selling price on Amazon, updating your net profit, ROI, sales rank, and other information as well. So let's go ahead and get started and jump into my computer. All right, now that we're in my computer, you can see that I am on the dashboard page. I'm going to come over here to the left-hand menu and I'm going to select Smart Data. Now, when Smart Data loads up, you're going to see the leads laid out in two different ways. There's two different ways that you can view your product leads. There is the lead card view, which is what you're seeing right now. This is going to be larger lead cards that are going to give you all the information that we have about that lead. The other type of view is the table view. And I can switch between the two by coming over here next to the export button and switching between these two buttons in the upper right-hand corner. If I switch to the table view, you're going to view the data more like a spreadsheet. So you're going to have different columns and rows. They're going to be thinner so you can fit more items in one single view at a time, but you are going to have to scroll from left to right to view all the data. Now you can customize this table by clicking on the customize button and selecting what columns of data that you want to view. You can move them around and sort them however you would like. For the rest of this example, I will be looking at this data with the lead cards. It's my favorite way to look at the data because I like to see everything all at once. So I'm going to switch over here to the lead card view. Now in the lead card view or in the table view, we have the same search and capabilities. So coming over here to the upper left-hand portion, we have our search bar. Now this search bar can search keywords in the product title. You can search different categories, supplier names, really anything you can search. So the search bar is a perfect way to identify specific product leads that you might be looking for, or if there's a certain supplier that you are looking to target, this is also a great place to do that as well. Next is going to be the filters button. If you click on the filters button, there'll be a drop down here that will give you all your different filters. So you can set up min and maximum net profit or selling prices if you want to narrow your search results down. There's also some great tools to be able to exclude certain types of leads for those leads that you just don't want to look at for that particular search. There's also a date range here. If you would like, you can change the date range. So if you want to view leads in the last 7 days, you can easily do that, or in the last 30 days. By default, we are going to show you the last 90 days worth of leads. So if you do want to look at data that is older than 90 days old, you will want to adjust your date range. Next to the filters button, we have the reset button. At any point that you just want to reset the search back to square one, you click the reset button and that will make that happen. Now, when you are looking at the data via lead cards, you do have the ability to sort those lead cards based off of different sortable fields. Right now we are set up to publish date, but if I click on this, you can see all the different options that you can sort your leads by. You just click on one of those, and then next to the sort by dropdown, there is an ascending and descending. So depending on if you want to go from A to Z or from Z to A, this is where you'd make those adjustments. Now on the right-hand side, you'll show you the total results in your search. So that way you know how many leads you have to look over. There is also the tags drop down. So if you have a certain tag that you want to search bar, you can click on that tag and then apply to say, show me only the leads with that tag. Next to that is the little Cheddar icon, the Cheddar list. If you're an OA Cheddar lead list subscriber, we actually upload the leads directly into your account for you. So there's no need to have to manually upload them yourself or add them via the extension. And you can select what list you want to view with that dropdown. Next is the My List dropdown. If you have any lead lists that you have uploaded yourself, this is where you can actually select what lead list you want to search by if you want to target a certain lead list. Above these buttons, there is an export button. This export button will export the results of your search. So if you want to export all of your leads, you'll want to make sure that your date range is set to all and that you don't have any filters on, and it will export all of the leads inside of your database. If you do only want to export certain leads, you want to set up your search and then hit the export button and it will create a download. Now, depending on how large that export is, We will notify you when it is ready to be downloaded. You'll get a notification based off of the notifications bell up in the top hand menu. Now, going over the lead cards, you're going to see a lot of information, including when the lead was last updated, letting you know when was the last time that Sourceflow went through and grabbed me updated stats on this particular ASIN. Next is going to be the title. You're going to have the ASIN, the supplier name, the category that it is in, variation details. If this is part of a variation, you'll be able to see the size and color. That will also pull in for you. Over to the right hand side, you're going to see the cost of your lead, the sale price. Now notice how I have a sale price here that is in green, and I have another one here that is in gray with a line through it. The gray with the line through it is the lead's original selling price when it was first uploaded or added in via the extension. The green number is the latest stat or the latest information that we have on the lead when it was last updated. And if you ever wonder what that number is, you can always hover over it and you'll see the date that it was last updated. Then you'll have your net profit, ROI, current BSR, and the 90-day BSR. In the making of this video, we are still connecting a few of these pieces, so you may notice that there is no BSR in that slot, but by the time you're in this, you should see all this data coming through. Down in the lower sections, we have three different sections. We have sourcing information, which is going to tell you things like, is there a promo code? What is that coupon code? Any lead notes? Next to that is going to be lead information, which is going to include the publish date. So the date that it was added into Sourceflow via the extension or the upload. The lead source is going to be, where did this lead come from? What lead list did you upload this to? Again, some of this data is missing right now currently, but it will be filled in by the time you are actually watching this video. UPC, we update the UPC. So if a UPC is available on the Amazon listing, we will bring that in so that way you can view it here, as well as the brand. We actually will go and grab the brand from Amazon, bring it in here to the product lead. This is going to be super helpful because you can make sure that the brand is lining up with the product title itself, making sure that everything is a match. Another stat that we update is the number of offers on the product. So this is going to grab the number of new offers, the number of reviews, and the current ratings on that particular product, as well as the monthly sold. Now, this information is grabbed from the Amazon listing, so it might not always be 100% perfect, but it should be a helpful guide for you to be able to see how this product is performing. To the right of that, we're going to have order history. If you have ordered the product before in the past, you're going to be able to see how many you've ordered, how many you received correctly. Every item has its own order leaf. If you don't know what order leaf is, go watch the orders videos and you will see a breakdown of what order leaf stands for. Last added to buy list will be below that, the last time it was ordered, and then also how many sales you have had in the last 30 days. This is going to be a feature that's going to be coming in the future once we are connected into your Seller Central account, which will come shortly after we roll out the first version of Sourceflow. If you want to add a tag to a lead, you will see underneath the title, there is an add tags button. And if I click on this, you're going to see a tag that you can add. And if I click on this and hit apply, you will then see that tag be added to the product lead itself. If you want to create more tags, you need to come over here to the tags drop down, and you're going to need to hit the create tag button. And when you do so, it's going to prompt you to add a tag name. For this, we'll just call this a good lead tag. This is a generic tag that's basically saying, hey, this is a good lead. I can then pick a color for this tag. I'm going to color this one in blue, and I'm going to click primary, and I'm going to hit create. And now if I come over here to the add tag or manage tags button, depending on whether or not that lead has a tag already applied to it, when I click on this, I will see that new tag appear. If I click on that new tag and hit apply, it will also apply it to the lead. Now you can create up to 30 different tags at a time. So please feel free to kind of customize your tags how you see fit. There is no right or wrong way to do it. There's only your way. Now over to the right-hand side, there are a few different buttons that you can select on the lead. The actions button is where you'll be able to go and edit. You can report the lead as an error to us if it is an OH header lead. You can also really just do anything else. Any other available options are going to be behind this 3-dot button. The button in the middle is going to be the open links button. If I click on this button here, it is going to open both links to the Amazon page as well to the supplier URL. This is just saving you time while you click around, so that way you don't have to click on both. If you do this for the first time, you may notice that only one URL pops up and opens up. The reason for this is because your browser is blocking the pop-up. You do want to make sure that you allow pop-ups for Sourceflow to be able to use the open links button, or else you're only going to be able to open up one link at a time. And then finally, the button below this is going to be the add to buy list button. If I like this product and I want to add it to a buy list, I'm going to click on this little green money button. And when I click on this, a modal will pop up. And this is the add to buy list modal. In here, I am going to select how many I want to purchase. We have an estimated selling price, and by default, it is going to pull the current selling price out and fill it into the section. But you can edit this however you see fit. This is going to be what you think you can sell this product for. Say for an example, you're looking at an item that is currently selling at $50 and that price is really high compared to the history, which is normally selling around $30. Instead of putting in the $50 part, you might want to just say, hey, I think I'm going to be able to sell this for $30. The reason why this is going to be important is later on in the future, we plan on bringing out different types of reporting to let you know how are you performing or how is your team performing when it comes to making estimations on what you think you will sell products for. An example would be this. If I think I'm going to be selling an item for $100, but in reality, I only sell it for $75, we want to bring that information out to you. So this is the purpose of that estimated selling price section. If you don't want to mess with that, you can just leave it alone and it will fill in automatically. But it is a nice thing to have to start adding that data in now, because when that reporting ability comes out, you're going to want those insights. The next thing you want to do is you want to select a buy list to add this product to. Now you can select multiple buy lists if you want. So if I wanted to add this to my tutorial buy list and also say my default buy list, I can click on both of those. And 5 units will be added to both lead lists. So this is great if you use multiple buy lists, say as like a schedule. If you have like a Monday through Friday buy list and you want to add some products to Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, or just Tuesday and Thursday, you can do that. This is helpful for spreading out your purchasing if that is the way that you like to run your business. If there's ever a time that you're like, hey, I just want to get rid of one of these buy lists, I didn't mean to click on both of them, you can just click the little X next to the buy list. Next is the buyer note. These are going to be any notes that you might have for your buyer, however you see fit. This could be for yourself as well if you're a solo seller. So you can just add any notes right down there. Editing the details of an item that you're adding to buy list will open up a drop down below that is going to show you things like MSKU, list price, min and maximum price. So if you already want to fill that stuff out beforehand, you can. While you're looking at the keep a graph and making those buying decisions, this can be a helpful step. But also everything about the product lead itself is here and is editable. So if you want to come in here and change out the coupon code or the promo, you can do so, and it will only affect the item that is being added to your buy list. It will not affect the product that is in Smart Data. So you can add or change anything that you want. If you want to hide that, you can just hide that, and when you're ready to, just click the add to buy list button and you're going to see that that item is added. And you're going to notice up here in the KPI that your numbers do change as you add products to different buy lists. And that just about does it for this video. If you ever have any questions on how to operate Smart Data, how to search, sort, or filter through your leads or add an item to your buy list, please don't hesitate to reach out to us at team@sourceflow.com. And other than that, I will see you on the next one.